Hi, my name's James Thomson. I'm the editor at SmartCompany.com.au. I'm joined today by Marc Peskett, tax expert and managing partner at MPR Group. Marc, we're coming up to tax time. What can individuals do to make sure they maximise their tax return?
Yeah, rule number one, keep the right records and keep all the records you need to substantiate any claims you're going to make in the income tax return. Basically you can claim up to $300 without substantiation or without the need for external documentation to support that claim. But any claims over and above that, you will need to have supporting documentation.
So let's look at the documentation you might need on the income side. What sort of things are we looking at there?
Well, typically if you're salary wage earner, you'd have a payment summary, so you need to get all that in order. If you've got investments, so if you've got money on deposit, we need to know details of the interest earned on that. If you've got shares, we need the dividend statements. If you've got investment in managed funds, managed fund statements, etc.
What about on the deduction side? I guess, again, record keeping is important, but there are a few main areas.
Yeah, there are. I mean, some of the typical sort of work-related expenses that will be claimed are motor vehicle expenses. That's probably one of the larger ones, and there's a number of methods you can use to claim motor vehicle expenses. If you're going the operating cost method, you'll need a logbook to demonstrate your business usage of that car, and then the receipt supporting all the expenditure incurred on the car. If you're going some of the other methods that are allowed under the Tax Act, you don't need as much information. You might have attended a training course related to your work, which your employer required you to go to. Keep documentation related to that, which can include the course fee, travel to get there, travel to get back, etc. If you're in a job where you require a special uniform, you can claim the cost of that uniform and the laundry of that uniform. And the tax office has issued some guidelines on how to calculate those sorts of claims. And
I guess literature is another thing, books and subscriptions and that sort of thing.
Absolutely. If you're buying books for your work that you need, or subscribing to magazines, yes, you can claim those, or you're subscribing to trade associations or business groups, etc. You can claim the cost of that as well.
Now, we should say that in the last few years, particularly the ATO has become very good at data matching and tracking everybody's data. What sort of, how does this work, and what sort of information do they have?
They've become really good at data matching. They quite often know more than the taxpayer knows about their tax affairs. They use the tax file number system for data matching, so where you go and open a bank account, you provide your tax file number. If you buy shares, you provide your tax file number. If you buy managed funds, you provide your tax file number. So the tax office using that can match any interest that you receive or dividends you receive, etc., back to that tax file number. Which means you have to be careful and make sure you declare everything, because they basically know all that. But on the other hand, it's also an advantage because they now produce what's called a pre-fill report. So based on the information they've gathered, your tax agent can dump down what's called a pre-fill report, which will set out all the interest, all the dividends, all the managed funds returns that taxpayer has actually earned during that financial year. So it can be a benefit in that the tax office is actually keeping that information.
A record keeping head start, I guess.
It is.
Yeah, terrific. Thank you, Marc.
Thanks, James.